He's good, eh?
Hey?
It says Mel Gibson was born in New York.
He was. He is an American by birth.
Oh, wow.
So,
How does no one know where this guy was born?
yep, he was born in New York, raised in Australia.
Oh.
God, I think Mad Max was his first movie.
I think it was, mate. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. They have it listed as 1980, and it's like, no, it was 19... finished up filming 78, released early 79, and the horrible English dub was created for the rest of the world, because they were like, nobody knows what the Australian accent is. Everybody who producers were like, people are going to be confused about this movie because they're speaking in Australian. It's like, no, because I have both versions on VHS.
I didn't know there was another. That's weird.
The original horrible dub, and then later on the release of the original voice, which so much of that movie is ADR. It's unreal. Like, I think they got all the actors to go back and just ADR the whole thing. Like, they must not have had microphones like on set.
You're talking about the original Mad Max or the Mad Max 2?
1979 Mad Max.
Oh, yeah.
Mad Max, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucking weird movie, hey? Like, that's weird.
I love that movie. A lot of people don't like that movie. I love that movie. But Mad Max is like one of my favorite IPs.
Have you watched Waterworld?
Yes. Waterworld's a great movie.
It's a very similar sort of vibe.
Yeah. It's a great movie. It is kind of terrible, but it is great. I'll tell you the best, worst movie I've ever seen. Because it's a multi-million-dollar budget, big Hollywood studio, lots of stuff dumped into it, was Battlefield Earth. It's got John Travolta in it, and all these other actors. And is the L. Ron Hubbard book. And it was so bad that it's one of the very few, like, so bad it's good, like, AAA films. Like, big Hollywood studio. It went through, a big studio film like that has to go through all these layers of, like, production and editing and approval. And you watch it and you're like, for the time that this was made, how did this come out? Because it's as bad as a B film. Like, it's worse than a B film.
Well, according to Wikipedia, it costs more than it made.
Oh, it's got a huge cult following, though, for, like, people who love bad movies. Because I love bad movies, like really bad movies.
That's funny.
But it's like, it's the same reason, like, if somebody's good at a video game, I don't want to watch them. Right? Why would I want to watch somebody good at a game?
You didn't want to watch the world burn. It's like, this guy's struggling. I can't beat this boss or whatever.
Yeah. I want to see the guy who's struggling and making all the mistakes. That's what I want to watch. I want to see somebody who it's the first time they've played the game. If I watch somebody who's good at a game, I'll usually watch, like, Ella Jazz, who's doing a speed run. But I won't, like, just sit there and watch some... There's this one creator, his name is Lobos. And he's like, I'm new game plus 194. And I'm gonna beat Dark Souls without getting hit with no armor on using just my dick. And it's like, I'm not going to watch this. He's too good at the game. It's not even impressive.
Yeah, I kind of get you. It's like reviews of. It's like I don't even play games that much anymore. But if I'm gonna watch a review, it needs to be a review on how this person hates the game. It's like otherwise it's boring.
Yeah, I like watching reviews about bad games.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think I've watched maybe. I don't think I've ever watched an Elden Ring review video ever, and I wouldn't. Well, like, why would I? Like, it's a 10 out of 10. I put 450 hours into it.
Yeah, it's weird. Hey, it's like car reviews. I don't know. Like every now and then I'll watch a car review, but if they're too positive about it, I'm just like, this guy's not honest. I want to see what's shit about the car, not what's good about it.
If I reviewed cars, I would like my review of the Corvette would be like, hey, this was built by Bob and Jack in Kentucky. It's made of plastic. It'll take you 1,000 miles per hour, but unlike all the European crap it's based on, this is drivable. It's a piece of junk that's going to break down at 80,000 miles. Okay? Let's just be honest. But that's not why you're buying the car.
The new ones here. Like I've seen one on the road, and that was it. Like we don't see them here.
Oh, I actually love the new Corvettes. The look. I love the look of the new Corvettes.
Yeah, I think they won't make a lot for the right-hand vehicles and stuff like that. It's probably not something they're going to do a lot of. It's be really expensive. I wonder how much they are here.
Ford is big in Australia, isn't it?
Yeah, massive. Yeah, Ford's taken over basically. Like we had a brand named Holden, which was a GM-based brand, and they just tell us they're just selling rebranded German cars now, like Opels.
Yeah, Opel. So Chevrolet, yeah, the Corvette is GM, because that's they own.
Oh, is it GM? Is it okay? Oh yeah.
GM owns Chevrolet. I think they own Opel.
Yeah, I think they might have sold it to a French company or something recently. But yeah,
the French still making cars.
Yeah,
the French made other cool cars in the '60s.
You said this stuck with me a while ago. Someone was bagging up Fiats, and you said Fiat. You told them just so you win the argument.
Fiat is a fine car. Fiat
yeah, you said that. And I was like, it stuck with me a lot. Like, what? Who said that?
I love Fiat. It is a fine car.
Being recorded right now.
It was made for the streets of Italy, and it does its job perfectly. And it's owned by Ferrari.
You sound like you actually believe that.
I do. No, if you look at the stats of the four-wheel drive Fiat, and then look at the stats of the four-wheel drive Ford Bronco, the Fiat's a little better.
We don't get a Ford Bronco here.
Oh, the Broncos look great. I love the old Broncos though. Just massive
it's
V8,
that new boxy looking thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we might be at some stage, but I doubt we're going to.
It doesn't look like an American vehicle.
I like it.
It has this like international look. So you should see
the Corvette here is not as. I thought it was going to be more. It's still like $144,000.
What?
So that's quite a lot, but I thought it was going to be.
Why is it so much?
Because they won't. They have. We drive we are right side driving vehicles, so they'd have to convert it and then ship it over, and it'd be like a special order sort of thing.
Okay, 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. Okay, this is a 500 horsepower. 500 horsepower sports car, $64,000.
500 horsepower. We don't really talk in horsepower. We do kilowatts. What's that in kilowatts? 370. Yeah, like how much? $50,000. So add like 20K. That's about 70, 80K here. Yeah. See, if you spend 80K here, you can't buy V8 for that. especially turbocharged. If you want a turbocharged V8, it's like minimum 110,000 or something like that.
Jeez.
Like, yeah, it's like
What's wrong with y'all? Y'all got beautiful roads.
no, not really.
Not really?
We don't get a lot of the American cars at all.
A lot of people complain about American cars. It's like, have you seen our roads? They go for 3,500 miles. Like we need, this is how we, like, car culture is part of American culture. Like the interstate system, the roads, the cross-country driving, that's been like for the past 100 years, 120 years, that's been part of like American culture. And like there's these people who are like, we want walkable cities. I'm like, yeah, walkable cities, that's great. That's great. That's great that you want walkable cities. One problem is most of the people who work there don't live there.
Yeah, that's this problem we have a lot as well.
Y'all need a train system. We got 320 million people. Train system. Our trains are for hauling makeup and cows.
Most of Australia is pretty accessible. Like, yeah, road system's not too bad, but lot of highways connecting all the major cities and stuff.
Yeah.
But our biggest city is tiny. Like Sydney, if you looked up Sydney size-wise, it's pretty small.
Yeah.
Compared to what you guys get in terms of a city.
Oh, really, man? You guys are up to 6 million now.
I know, but like
6 million.
geographically, and then that it's tiny compared to all. It's probably the biggest. I don't know. It might be the biggest city.
No, Melbourne land. So square kilometre of
Land-wise.
Melbourne is bigger. Yeah, we got 5.5 now, so we're only 500 behind. But you guys are encased by the Blue Mountains and stuff, so you can't grow that much.
I'm surprised you didn't have more of an exodus of people over the last 2 years. I know a couple. Yeah.
Most livable city in the world, mate.
Is it?
Apparently.
What's the cost?
Mate.
What's the cost of living there?
So fucking expensive, man.
Okay, so it's
medium house price about $1 million.
Yeah.
But I'd say the road network in Melbourne's probably second to none. All our freeways link up, so there's no traffic jams. Everything's linked by a ring road, and then freeways shoot off the ring road, and then it continues in the city, and it doesn't come to a dead end. It kind of flows onto another freeway, so you get off, and it just keeps on going. It's pretty good.
It's awesome.
We've got a bay, but we don't have the harbour like Sydney. Sydney's kind of cut off on two sides.
Sydney's just getting retarded crap. It's pathetic. Sydney's disgusting.
So I guess what y'all would call a ring, we would call a bypass.
Yeah.
Okay, because in a lot of our cities, there's always an interstate that circles the city.
Yeah, we call them ring roads.
Ring roads.
Yeah.
No, Sydney's feral. If you've driven in Melbourne and then you come here to Sydney, it's terrible. It's just disgusting.
Oh man, we have Atlanta. So you want to talk about crazy driving? Atlanta, it's got some crazy driving. It's feral, like you said. You got people doing 130 and people doing 20. And everybody's armed and on something.
130 miles per hour, 2 kilometers per hour. What's that? Oh, shit, 200. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people complain that we have low speed limits. Like, well, you also get your driver's license at 15 years old here from a written exam, not even a driving test. They're like, here's your permit to go practice driving. Where do I practice driving? On the road. On the American road, the American highway. Most dangerous place in the world.
What's the max limit in most places? Like 70 or something?
We have states with no speed limit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, some of the Midwest states don't have a speed limit. Montana has roads in it that don't have speed limits. I know driving through Texas, there were roads that the sign said something like drive at a safe speed.
Okay.
Which is essentially use your best judgment for how fast you can go. You're on an 8-lane superhighway with 3 cars on it.
But that's only
the same in Northern Territory systems. So up in the north, in Northern Territory, there's no limit, no speed limit.
Yeah.
Only on certain roads, though, right? Like,
yeah, on the big highways.
Yeah, it's only on certain roads. What I think what we need here in the States is an interstate that is essentially Autobahn, just no speed limit.
that'd be mad. So Northern Territory has some of that, Timbo, you said? Is it because it's really flat and straight and you can just see where you're going and there's no turns?
Yeah, that's right. But the road trains are limited to 130, I think.
Oh, wow.
That's
I've
pretty
never
fast.
been... I've only ever been... the fastest I've been in a car is 200. In my car... And that was a MX-5, which you guys call a Miata. That was terrible. That was scary.
I did 130 miles per hour in my 1978 Camaro.
In my car, I've only ever done 180, which for you guys is 112, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in a 78 Camaro, it actually gets terrifying.
If you get done at that, they take your car off you then and there.
They take your car?
Yeah, you got to get picked up and your car's impounded. And,
Oh, yeah. They do the same thing. They impound your car here, too.
And if they
Although
think
one time...
sometimes if they think you're racing, they'll even crush your car.
Oh! Nah, you can't do that here. Nah. You just, if you're caught road racing here, you'll get a $2,000 fine and go pick your car up for $150. And I know that.
You know that for the wrong reason.
Yeah, the last ticket I ever got, bad ticket, I should say, was a $2,000 ticket.
Oh, shit.
And I was doing 116 miles an hour. They did not take my car. They gave me a ticket, sent me on my way. I went to court. It was funny because we're sitting there in court and the magistrate opens up pulls out my sheet of paper, looks at it, unfolds it, and he's shaking his head. He's like, well, I'm going to suspend your license, but it looks like the points, your first one was 2 years ago, so it's only going to end up being suspended for 2 days.
How does that work? I didn't get that. I don't understand.
Because there would be a mandatory suspension until those points come back on your license. And in 2 days, the points were coming off my license from my first ticket.
Ah, okay.
So I was basically rounded back down to 0 point, or back down to the maximum points before my license was suspended 2 days later. He said, I hope somebody drove you here. I said, oh, yeah, they did. And then I went outside and got in my car and drove off.
Oh, that's terrible. Can you get a good behavior thing where you just get one demerit? Like, you get...
No, I had like 9 tickets. He was holding up 9 tickets.
At that point, you're just...
Yeah, he's like, okay, you're just repeating. You're not learning. I'm giving you the maximum. He gave me a $2,000 fine. He dropped it from felony street racing to misdemeanor. That's the only thing he did for me.
Were you actually racing someone, or is it? I mean, at that speed, surely you're not racing anyone anymore. Someone had to have stopped.
Yes and no. They were on the highway and they were going fast too, and we were just kind of both going fast and passing each other, and that's considered racing. But I mean, when you're doing over 100 miles an hour, yeah,
you're not really. I mean, at that point, it's not really.
You're playing. Racing. You're playing. It's not like an officiated race where like you start nose to nose or something.
That's too fast, man. Like that's too much.
Oh, it was great. I had put a 350 with a 500 Edelbrock on it, and like all this aluminum stuff on there to lighten the load. And I just had straight headers to cherry bombs and no exhaust. So when this car rumbled past you, it was just, man, it sounded great. And every time you let off the gas, all that popping, pop, 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 pop. It's great. Shake the walls every morning. I cranked that car. Just glug, 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 glug. Always took me 10 minutes to start that car, too.
I've never had a car that, I've never had a big, loud car, so I wouldn't know what that's like. Man.
Oh, I love muscle cars. This is my first car. I was about to turn 16, so I couldn't even drive it by myself. I paid $2,000 for a 1978 Camaro. And I had it until I was 33.
What's in those things? A V8 or something?
Yeah, V8. Yeah. Started off with a 305. I dropped a 350 in it. I had right around 300 horsepower.
What do the numbers mean?
That's displacement.
Liters.
Displacement.
Oh, okay. So 350. See, we do it displacement in liters. So that's That's a lot, man. That's heaps. 5.7 liters.
Yeah, that is 5.7.
Fuck, that's heaps.
It's cubic inches, isn't it?
Yeah, cubic
inches. Well, it's funny because we do liters also. We do both. If somebody tells me 5.7, I'm that's 350.
Yeah, that's heaps.
That's what I've got in my truck is a 5.7. I've got the Triton 5.7.
How much does that? How many horsepower did you say? 300. You said.
I had around 300. I had it tested one time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean for that time, that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, for a 78.
Now, what's that? Sorry.
Yeah, for a 78.
Yeah, that's a lot for that time. Like now, if it was a 5.7 liter and only did 300, you're getting ripped off. But yeah,
it was like in Top Gear. He was like, I don't understand how Americans had such large motors with such little horsepower. Because we had a car. It was the Lincoln Continental, right? 8.5 liters, right? 190 horsepower.
Well, was it torquey at least? Like, did it put out torque or something? Or is it just...
I know this. It was smooth.
Oh, okay.
It was smooth.
That's weird, hey?
And all those cars all those motors are still good, too. So, I don't know. Maybe they were operating on some other logic there. But I love the early 1970s Cadillacs and Fords, like the Ford Lincoln and the Cadillac. So I think I mixed those up. It was the Cadillac that had the 8.5.
We didn't get any of that, I don't think.
Oh no.
Cadillac 8.
Forget what it was. Let me see.
I'm looking at it. 500 cubic.
Yeah, it was the 500. The 500.
It's not... The engine itself's actually not that big.
I'll tell you a scary car I drove a... So, a family member of mine, he made a foolish purchase, right? Everyone thought it was a foolish purchase. He brings it home. It's a 1973 Firebird, right? I look at his bill of sale. It says Firebird. I'm like, Jay, let's open up the hood. We open up the hood. I said, Firebirds didn't have the hood scoop like that. And you've got the Ram Air on the side, and it's the real Ram Air. He's like, I don't know what it is, bro. I said, let's open up the hood. We open up the hood. It has the 400 big block in it. I said, Jay, I think you've bought a Trans Am. Because there was just no paperwork for the car, right? He just bought it that day. He thought he was buying a Firebird. The old lady that sold it to him sold it as a Firebird. Because technically it's a Firebird, because Trans Am is a special edition, essentially. But the Firebird is like the lower end model. The Trans Am is the Smokey and the Bandit model. And so we crank it up, and it's got half a tank. We drive around for a little bit, and we run out of fuel.
Okay.
Like, it ate the fuel so fast, and we were just sitting there. You could just burn the tires off of it. And I said, why does the speedometer say 180 on it? Like in my Camaro, because I had the smaller block Camaro, which would have been the same as the Firebird, and it only had I think 120 or 130 on it. It had 130 on it. I said, if this is a Firebird, it should say 130. It says 180. I am almost certain you got a Trans Am. So, yeah, it had all the Trans Am body works on it and everything. It's just somebody had done like a sloppy white paint job on it. And they died, and the mother had it just sitting in storage, and she sold it to him for like $1,000. I said, and I said, you got a Trans Am, you got a 73 Trans Am for $1,000. It wasn't in great condition though, right? But is a Trans Am, which immediately made it much rarer. So I think
everyone has a mad story like that. Hey, the one that the mad bug someone got because the woman didn't know what they had. It's like, this is the kind of car we get now in Australia. I sent you a picture on.
What is that? That's a
live stream. Bloody American shit. This is the type of American shit we get. And look at his license plate.
What's it say?
It says End Oil.
End Oil. Oh, please.
End Oil. While he's driving around in a car that has plastics made out of oil.
What is
I
that?
can't deal.
Is that a Chevy Volt or something?
Dude, it's a Tesla.
Oh, that's a Tesla?
Yeah.
End Oil. Okay, no more tires, no more carbon fiber, no more dentures, no more doorknobs, no more PlayStations, no more medical equipment.
The battery itself would have all these plastics in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just
End
funny.
Oil.
End Oil.
Everybody's so retarded now.
I couldn't handle it.
Oil is literally a gift from God, and we make everything out of it. There's probably not an implement in your life that doesn't use oil. Doesn't come from crude in one way or the other.
Oh, timber. That's the kind of car that's a very Aussie car, American engine.
Let me look up the 2023. What is it?
Timber calls it a Commodore, but its more accurate name is it's the Common Haul. Because everyone had one, and it got around.
All right, here I'm gonna post this. This is mad. Hold on, let me find the right image of it. That's 2020. No, where's the 2023? I don't know how they're continuing the Shelby when Shelby's dead. So this is the new Shelby GT500. And I got to read the stats on this. It is 5.2 liter, 760 horsepower.
I don't think we're getting anything. I don't think we get that. We get Mustangs.
I
Yeah. Well, this is technically a Mustang.
I did. Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we can get. I think we can get them specially imported and stuff like that, but I don't think we can actually get them built from the factory.
Get 700 horses though. That's quite a bit.
Yeah, it's let's see, 760 horsepower.
Yeah, that'll go 240. 20.
Wait, how many horsepower? Sorry, 700.
760.
520 kilowatts.
That should be a 220 mile per hour car.
Oh yeah, it is. Track ready model. 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds.
Whoa. Yeah, that's good.
And that's only because it's not all-wheel drive.
Right.
You can't put the power down, so that's how it looks for.
Now, the 2023 Mustang, just the regular Mustang, but it's a GT model, is 34,000. Oh wait, let me read that right. It's let me make sure. 38,000 for the GT model. Just the GT.
Let me find the equivalent. So just the GT.
Yeah, 2023 Shelby GT. Let me.
It'd probably be like 80K here or something like that.
Jeez.
I'm guessing. Oh, they actually. Oh wait, that's probably like a 4-cylinder or some shit. GT fastback? Is that manual or auto?
Do manual and fastback. I mean, if you're getting the sports car, you're getting a manual, right?
Yeah. 71,000. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the V8 or the 6?
That would be
That's
the
a
V8.
V8.
Yeah.
Are they making them with
That's
V6
actually not-
still?
That's
they
actually
made
not
him
that
a
bad.
V6 supercharged.
I don't understand that. Just slap a V8 in it.
Yeah, I
Fuel
agree.
economy. The 70. We've got rules where you have to. I think we've got rules where you have to have a certain amount of your lineup offering has to be a certain amount of efficiency. Otherwise, you're not allowed to sell certain cars and shit.
Jeez. You can sell any car you want here.
Good
That's-
one.
I mean, you can just sell whatever you want.
A 71K. That's actually not that bad for Australian prices, but you're not getting you're getting the shitty American interior, and you're not getting back seats. So it is quite a bit.
Hey, you don't like plastic and velour?
I think they changed those rules because they started. There's a big push on those. I think there's 7-liter Dodges and the new Silverados and stuff like that as well. The new
Okay.
Chevys. So I think they might have scrapped those rules.
How are y'all on pickup trucks out there?
Yeah, ours is smaller.
Ours are much smaller.
We've got it's the most popular car in Australia is a Toyota Hilux. But,
Oh man, Hilux is a great truck.
Yeah, but ours are smaller because you have the Tundra, don't you? And the you also have a different Toyota as well.
I don't think you want to get caught in a Tundra where I am, unless you're a mom.
Yeah.
Isn't that one called a Yukon or something? A Yukon.
Yeah. Well, we've got the Silverado. We've got the 1500. We've got the Ford F-150, the F-250, the F-350, the F-450.
Oh, we're getting them eventually.
We're getting them, but we have a Raptor that's different. It's based on a
We've got the Raptor also.
Ours is smaller though.
Oh.
So I'll send a comparison. Let me post it.
We get rorted when it comes to pickups, utes. We get there's a big premium on top of them. The features are really lacking as well compared to normal cars.
I have the F-150 Lariat, and it's got the extended full cab on it, so it's a big 4-door truck, F-150.
That's mad.
With the 5.7 liter in it.
Yeah, something like that would be that'd be like 120k here or some shit like that. 150.
So that so that's our Ranger Raptor, and you've got the F-150 Raptor. See that in the voice text?
Yeah, it's the Ranger. We loved the Ranger here.
Yeah, so I think it's almost overtaken the Hilux here. So
definitely.
Yeah, that's what Ford did. They were like, look, this Ranger thing, it doesn't sell so good anymore since we made so many F-150s. What do we do with it?
Yeah.
Let's compete with Hilux.
What they did was it used to be a 3.2 litre diesel, and then they've reduced it to I think it's like a 2 litre diesel twin turbo. It's fucking weird, man.
I'm not going to get a diesel unless I can get the 7 liter. There's only one diesel engine I want to get, and it's a 7 liter that was developed in the year 2000, and it is possibly the best diesel motor on the road. Some of them are coming up on like 800,000 miles, no problems.
What about the Toyota diesel, the 4.5 litre Land Cruiser twin turbo one? I think that's probably one of the best motors ever built.
You guys are destroying the planet.
Sorry.
Good. Planet deserves it. The planet has killed 99% of everything it's ever been on it.
Check out the Lariat. This 2023 model, and it's not even a V8; it's a V6.
The Lariat? The Lariat's like the luxury model.
150k.
What?
Jeez.
Yeah,
What?
man.
And it is full size, right? It's like that's the same as...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the American version, yeah.
It's the American version, but
also,
they're just giving you a V6 in it?
I was talking to CB about the new Jeep pickup as well.
Yeah.
So over here they're $80,000.
The Gladiator
Base
one?
model. Yeah, base model. $80,000 for a plastic
Jeez.
interior.
Oh,
I think that's
plastic.
only a V6 petrol as well.
I
See,
definitely prefer petrol.
If you're
more
when you're in
power.
Australia, if you're going to buy a pickup, you don't really want a petrol as much as like a modern one. You want a diesel.
For me, that depends. And I mostly am doing lightweight hauling because I just schedule deliveries, right? I don't do all the hauling. So, like for me, my truck it's just a work truck, right? I'm actually not even a truck guy. I've had trucks my whole life, and I'm not a truck guy. I'm a car guy. But because a truck is just a tool for me, it's a piece of equipment. That's how everybody treats their trucks here, but everybody's got a truck. So, like for me, I'm going to get a petrol because, one, I can change plugs on a petrol truck. I can work on a petrol truck. I can't work on a diesel. I feel safer with something that I know when push comes to shove, I can work on it. For a diesel, it's like you got to have a PhD in mechanics. Like, you ever met a diesel mechanic who was stupid? I haven't. They're like mechanical scientists. It's like they know the
We don't-
secrets of the universe.
Normally, the petrol ones in Australia, they're cheaper, much cheaper.
Yeah.
But
I'd-
we've got this shit where you have to have an emissions where I think you guys have it as well, where it has to burn it off, the DPF and all that, and then it doesn't burn.
Oh yeah, we have those. You know, at the factory they're tested for it, but once it comes into your private possession, guess what?
Yeah, you can rip it out.
You pay $200 for a chip. You plug the chip in, it reprograms it. All that's gone.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, we've got those rules as well. Unfortunately, it's annoying.
The only place that I can think of that has like regular emissions test is like New York State and California.
Yeah. It must suck.
Yeah, for those two states. There's no inspections here.
Yeah, neither here as well.
Yeah.
We have a yearly inspection where someone pretends to look at your car and you pay them $30. Then you can get your thing.
Nice.
That's just how it always is. It's really annoying.
Do they really test it?
It's only if your car's older than, I think, 7 years or something like that.
7 years. I hate
or if it changes hand, you have to get a roadworthy. But I'm not sure they test the emissions then.
They
No, they
penalize you. That's just 2 years. Like debt for a car is usually 5 years, right? So 2 years after you've paid for your car, now they're kind of pressuring you into going into debt again.
It's for your we do a retro thing, and then you have to do exactly like that, CB. Yeah, basically, there's this thing where they're meant to drive your car around, and they're meant to push. They're meant to put this thing over the brake, and then they're meant to push down and then test the brakes. And the guy in the shop just flips it over up and down, and then pushes it on his hand, and then they give you a pass.
Yeah.
It's really stupid.
Yeah. So you just have to find a cool shop is what you got to find.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, it's kind of cool and it kind of isn't, because then you think, if he's willing to do that for me, who has he done it for that actually needs something fixed on their car that they could potentially smash into someone because their brakes don't work very well? So I kind of respect it and I kind of don't at the same time.
Well, I mean, if you're driving your car along, you feel when your brakes are going.
You'd think so, right? You'd think so.
Is that the true intent behind the emissions tests and stuff, is so that it would be causing less damage to the city and other people? Or?
Revenue. It's for revenue.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's just
bureaucracy.
Everything is just for revenue. That's all it is. Everything is a system of revenue.
I was gonna say.
So also here we have like the bigger the car, the more the registration costs as well. Have you got that same thing?
I remember in our new car, it was like $500 for like get all the tags and title registration, all that lined up. In my Camaro, it was $35, all of it.
Nice.
Because it was old. The older the car, the less crap you got to go through with it here. Because your grandfather.
Now in the UK, they have to get a MOT. I think it's every 2 years or something like that. So, and once the car gets over 5 years old, they make it harder and harder. So you have to buy new cars. Is that right, Jedi?
Every year you need to get an MOT. Yeah, you need your service check. Every year. What was the other question, Mark?
Yeah, I was going to ask about the other question as well. There's something about.
Said something about every 5 years. I can't remember what the question
Well, I was going to bring up.
Do you have to get, and then you have to get a. Oh, so it's after the car's 5 years old, you have to get one every year, or you have to get one every year anyway?
Every year anyway, depending on the warranty.
Gee.
Oh,
you guys.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to drive a car there with no warranty?
Yeah. Screw your insurance up there.
Yeah.
You guys have different insurance, Jedi, right? Where you insure the person, not the car.
Yeah. We've got a few different types of insurance. So fully comprehensive and third person fire and theft.
For the car or for the person who, like, how does that? I've never understood how that worked.
It's the same here. Yeah. That just covers the other person, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I actually have the full scam insurance.
Yeah, I've got the full scam insurance.
Full coverage.
Did you buy that? Did you buy that from Nigeria?
I just picked an insurance company locally and got it.
I mean, it's just such a stupid game, really. I mean,
yeah,
here,
you know,
give us money every month, and maybe we'll decide to. help
thing
you
is,
out.
people look at
That's
insurance.
right. The fire and
Here, people look at insurance as a safety net. So when they introduced insurance, guess what happened? Wrecks went up, fatalities went up.
Fatality.
They had
Well,
a feel like
doesn't work
like what Jedi was saying before about the fire and theft. Oh, sorry.
No, my bad. You've been trying to get in. Go ahead.
No, the fire and theft insurance. So third party fire and theft, it covers the other person, and then if your car gets stolen or burnt out. So we had a problem here where people were wanting to get rid of their cars and they couldn't sell it, so they just take it to a park and light it on fire, and they just have third party fire and theft. So insurance company will pay you out market value. Yeah, it still happens. Yeah.
That didn't work too long.
No, they still do it. My brother drove his car to a busy parking lot, and then he had someone pick him up. He called in and he called in and said it was stolen, and he just parked it behind his house, and he slowly cut it up and just parted it out and sold it all on eBay. It's so stupid.
Awesome. He stole it from himself. Yeah.
He stole it from himself, and then he sold the parts, and then he slowly just cut up the metal and chucked it in the normal bin. What a dodgy bastard! No, cars here are a mess, mate. I hate it.
Pay to play game.
Yeah.
We don't.
I love American car culture.
I'll be right back.
Ugh.
So, because it is just as close to, automotive freedom as you can get is the U.S. Because I look at all the regulations in Europe and Australia, and I'm like, wow.
Well, we have some weird rules here too. I know that certain car designs and weird light transitions, when you hit the blinkers, the way the light flashes and stuff, the designs over in maybe over in the European area are more interesting, and they can do more unique things. But when they get, their allocate, their allotment for the United States cars, they're not allowed to do those cool flashes and things like that. We have to have different
standardized. We have we wanted a standardized signaling is what they like.
Blinking. Yeah. So we do have weird rules here too, for sure.
Yeah. Ours are more surrounded in making the road experience homogeneous. Right? Yeah. So standardizing everything, equalizing everything.
Yeah. It'd be nice if we had an Autobahn, though.
Yeah, it would be nice if we just got rid of car insurance, too.
Or just make it work like it does in GTA. Where it actually works.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have an insured car in GTA, you lose it. So insure your car. So smart people will insure their cars and dumb people will not.
There's just weird rules around insurance. Like in Kentucky, there's a no-fault rule there. So my ex-girlfriend's dad had a Porsche, like an old 1968 Targa, sick. And some chick just rear-ended him on the highway. And since it's a no fault state, he's liable for that. It's just crazy.
Oh my god.
Well, his insurance has to cover it basically, but
How is it no fault? How was it a no fault accident?
I forget how. How do the no fault rules work? I don't even know why they would decide to go that route. Maybe
If
it's just that you have to have insurance. You have to cover yourself.
Yeah, if you hit somebody from behind, it is 99.9% every time your fault.
I'm gonna look it up. No fault. Sure. Yeah, but it was crazy. Lost the car. Total.
They totaled it?
Yeah, it was smoked. I mean, there was on the highway. They were going highway speeds.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad.
I hope
And the
some
engine
scrapper
is
got that
back
car
there.
and like at least parted it out and didn't just crush it.
I don't know what happened to it afterwards, but the engine's back there. You know what I mean? It's not like the engine's in the front or anything.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure it was smoked. I remember them talking about getting another car, maybe in the future. Or something.
They destroyed his little Volkswagen.
Too bad. It was too
Yep.
bad. How did you guys get on this conversation?
Oh, I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Shit, bad. We're channeling our inner battle mod here.
Yeah.
But we were talking to Thinker earlier. He was,
Oh yeah.
a little red flag.
A red flag.
Red flag's waving, but it's what it is.
Is he in voice?
Yeah, he's here with us. He's been rocking in the panel for a while, I think.
Okay, he can. Is he got voice verified?
Yeah, he should be right.
Well, he's free to open his mic.
Maybe he said he was going to go do some homework and maybe learn some things. So, what did you learn? Do some homework?
Learned some pretty different things today. Interesting, very interesting things.
Well, as a thinker, it's your duty to do a lot of thinking.
Well, I was in RTM server.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in RTM server, man. I learned a lot of very different things.
All right.
Who's RTM?
He's in the panel. He's in the panel as well. I'm not familiar with that server, but he's in the panel with us now. Flat Earther, if you want to say what's up, RTM. I don't think we spoke, but yeah. Shout out to RTM.
Aloha.
Hey, what's going
What's
on?
going on? Not much, man.
You got a secret server?
Not a secret.
So RTM, man, unban me or whatever. RTM unban me, dude. That was over exaggerated.
But Thinker,
RTM, he was getting stuck into one of the Globers over the weekend. An English guy, if I can remember. He was very annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Getting
the
fired
guy
up
just-
there, weren't you?
Oh my god. I don't want to think about it.
So, Thinker, what have you been thinking about the flat Earth today?
we asked him what the radius of the Earth was.
What do you think about that?
I don't really know, man.
He's still trying to figure that one out, I think.
I mean, what I did do, is I went into the flat Earth section, at the bottom of the server.
Anything interesting there?
It was just some articles and just pictures of celebrities saying things. And also Freemason things as well, things of that nature.
Hmm. So earlier you said there was one gravity. Do you remember, or did you figure out what, well, someone answered and said there was two. So did you understand what those two versions of gravity are now? By any chance?
I don't really know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything, man.
Alright.
Guess it's like when you fall or something. I don't know.
Does the name Einstein ring a bell?
Yes.
What about Newton?
Like Newton's laws of physics.
Mm-hmm. You've heard of him, right?
Yeah.
So they have those two versions would be Newtonian gravity or Einstein's gravity.
So why are there two versions?
So the first version was what, like over 100? Sorry, do you want to say something, Jedi?
No, I was just kind of giggling in the background, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like over 100 years ago, Newton proposed the idea of mass attracting mass, which I'm sure you've heard of, right? Thinker?
Yeah.
And then so Einstein's version is the bending and warping of space-time, which maybe you've heard of as well.
Yeah, space-time.
Right. So they have two different ideas. Mass attracting mass is a force, right? And then with space-time, it's not a force. So just we asked you earlier how many versions of gravity, and you're like, oh, just Earth's gravity. And I think if you just asked your neighbors, like, hey, what do you think of gravity? Like, how many versions is there? They'd probably say the same thing. Oh, just one, Earth's gravity. So, but then those same people will come here and be like, oh, flat earthers don't believe in gravity and they're all stupid and blah, blah, blah. But most people don't really know what gravity really is. So it's just important to, number one, know what that really means. Because people will just punt it into a conversation without really having an understanding of what it is. So I think a lot of us...
The experts don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. But some Joe Blow's going to join the server and tell all the flat earthers what gravity really is, even though the so-called experts don't know. But it's just important to know that. You were earlier asking for some roles and stuff, so just doesn't matter if you're globe Earth or flat Earth. To get that role, in my opinion, you got to know some of these little things. You don't have to know everything, but you got to know some things. And so, if some flat earther joins the panel right now and starts saying crazy stuff, it's our job to call him out. Hey, man, what are you doing? And so, we don't just give out the role to everybody and their mama just because we're trying to get the numbers up. So, it's a very selective type of thing. You got to know your stuff. So, these are the Flat Earth Navy SEALs in here. So, we don't play around. Just you don't just get the Flat Earth role willy nilly.
Flat Earth Navy SEALs.
Hey, it is what it is.
So then, where do I look to find all this information?
Well, it's not that difficult. I mean, radius of the Earth. It's just go to Google and look it up. That's not that hard. It's not difficult to remember either. It's only roughly 4,000 miles. So 3959. Damn. Done. But that you got to know that because that's the original claim. If you asked me how tall I was and I told you, yo, bro, I'm 6'8", that's the claim that I've just put on the table. So when you come to, let's say we met up and you wanted to test this claim, well, I've got to have 6 feet and 8 inches, or that's cap, right? So if you measure my height and it's not that, then there's a big problem. Maybe what I said isn't true. So that's what we're doing when it comes to this globe Earth, flat Earth debate. They have claimed how tall, quote unquote, the globe is. 3959 mile radius. So we as flat earthers have gone out to test that claim, and they ain't as tall as they saying they are. It's about that simple. So that's why you need to know, number one, what the radius is. So you can go and check to see if that is true. Just like if I told you I was a certain height, you need to know what that is so you can check to see if that's true. So it's really what it comes down to. I'd say that's more important than knowing what gravity is. But I think it's good to know about gravity because everybody and their mama is going to come in here and ask about it. Like I said, punt it into the conversation, but they don't know what it is. So if you do, it'll probably behoove you to know what it is. So I would encourage you to look that up too.
Hey, Kaz is new too. Put him on the spot. Get Kaz in here talking. He's new as well.
Awesome stuff. Thank you for that. So, if there's no retort from the thinker to what CB says, Cos, welcome to the server. This is a one-time bonus, my friend. What I'm going to do is give you control of your microphone so you can speak and say your piece and tell us why you've joined the Flat Earth server today. So, Cos, if you're still there, you have control of your microphone. If not, I will take that privilege away from you in the count of, 20, depending on how good I'm feeling. Then you'd have to go to voice checking number 1 and have a voice verification interview with one of our volunteers. So, Cos, if you do want to get involved in the conversation, you do have control of your microphone, my friend. Welcome to the server.
Very generous of you, Jedi. 20 seconds?
Well, 20 seconds is quite good. My thumb is hovering over the mute button, mate, so it's all good. It's all good.
Earth to Cozy, or Cause, or Hose. You're welcome to say hello. You're just a big panel full of people here, so I'd love to have a chat.
Have a joy.
It's not a problem there, Cos. What I'll do is I'll stick you back on mute just in case you're a troll waiting to say the M word and play poor noises in the background. If you do want to speak at a further stage, mate, just either ping a moderator or go to voice checking number 1. And like I said, you can have an interview with one of our lovely volunteers. But we was talking about gravity, wasn't we, CD?
This is the Jedi I remember. Congrats on Gold Plus, by the way. But this is the Jedi I remember. I was just thinking about that, dude. I was thinking of reflecting on, man, Jedi was zipping through the panel, and here it is again. You're back. We're back, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
He's seems to have got his swagger back from 5 hours ago. now I can see him strutting around. Look out! Here we go. I'm back.
It's good to see. It's
I'm
good to
swinging my fucking dick, mate. That's what's happening. I'm swinging my dick.
It's just that being able to mute and unmute people, and it just makes it so much easier, doesn't it? Because if there's no one else in the room and you're trying to, and you can't mute anyone that's being a dick, and it's so difficult, man.
I'm constantly scanning up and down as well, so whenever the bing goes off, I want to make sure that the person that's come in is either someone we know or somebody who's going to be interesting, or maybe somebody without any roles. And let's be fair, sometimes the conversation.
I'm always looking.
Yeah, exactly, man. We're all on the same page, guys. But yeah, it's definitely nice to have the power back again. I ain't gonna lie.
It's good to see it, man. It's good to see it. Got that swagger back. Let's go.
Yep. Absolutely. Was you around for that conversation we had with April Tool yesterday, CB?
I do remember speaking to him. What was the context? What was the content?
Context was he was a sophist prick. And it was about a 4-hour conversation, jumping around left, right and centre. He was just one of the all-time sophists that I've seen for a long time. It was 24 hours ago, pretty much now.
Yeah, April.
It was interesting.
Oh, that was Corpuscle. Yes, we were asking him for a demonstration
That's the one.
of gas pressure.
Oh no, not him.
Mm-hmm.
That's who Zavi RTM was arguing with over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Pascal, he's a really arrogant freak, and I couldn't open my mic. I was at home and I was just listening. Everyone was in bed, and Sasha's going, "Can you jump in and give us a hand in here?" Trying to mute him and stuff, but I was listening and like muting him every now and again so that everyone else could speak. I had to do it, otherwise he wasn't letting anyone else talk.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what happened. I woke up in the morning and it was just bark, 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 bark. And I'm like, damn, dude, let's just, you know what? Let's just get a demonstration. All right, stop explain. Let me explain. No, let's get a demonstration. And I put him on mute. And so he came back a couple of days later, a week later or whatever. Hey, you got that demonstration? Oh, I started a timer. Guys, it's probably still running. Let me check.
Timer
It's
for
literally
him
still running. It's literally still
for a
running.
demonstration.
Here, let me post a time. It's been almost 24 hours. Okay.
There you go. Yeah. I knew you was around for that.
I doubt we got that. I doubt we got that demonstration.
Did you accidentally leave a timer running for a day?
It's still going, dude. We're still waiting for that demonstration. So when he gets back,
my God,
it'll still be running.
Okay, so as a joke, I started my timer. Like I forget what we were doing a few days ago, and it was like 23 and a half hours. And now you've just done this. Because I was like, oh, my clock is open. Oh, I've got a timer running.
That is weird. And I'm the only number that's missing from this is number 1 as well. All the numbers except for 1. Well, and 6. I'm tripping. Never mind. But that is weird, Mimas. But yeah, this is the goofball that wants to just waffle away instead of giving a demonstration of what he's claiming.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, you
claim
claimed 23 hours.
Ooh, you know what? I have a roll channel. I'm gonna add another one in there. The claim stacker. You ask a guy for like proof or evidence of his claim, and he just stacks another claim on top of that, like some Legos or something. Dude, a lot of people do this.
What, bro? You don't like Legos?
Well, it's more like this. I saw an advertisement for a show where they just stack a bunch of like trash on top of each other. I'm not sure what the name of the show is called. Let me see if I can figure that out.
That sounds like just about anything on television.
Yeah. Stack.
What up, guys?
Miggy.
What up, Miggy?
What's up, Mig?
What's up, homie?
But that's what they do, dude. They just stack claims on top of each other instead of claim evidence, claim evidence, claim evidence. They go claim, 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 claim. And it's like, all right, well, do you have any evidence for any of those claims? Oh, you don't? Oh, okay, I thought so.
Well, they're kind of evolving. Maybe we just shouldn't make claims, guys.
Is there a reason why Cause is muted?
Yeah, we tried to silence with him about 5 minutes ago, and he didn't want to descend to our position. So that's why at the moment, if somebody else wants to try again, that's fine.
Coincidentally, the show's called The Final Straw.
What's up, Cause? You there? Is that how you say it? Cause? Coz?
Maybe Cozy?
We've had no confirmation, mate. We're just making up names as we go along until man tells us exactly what to call him. Then we ain't got a clue. Or woman.
Is this the orphan?
Oh, he hasn't spoken yet. Sound out like you got a pair.
Yes, sir.